was intimate and intrusive search.
I will come to that.
Under the law itself, the police can only detain you for 24 hours. Maybe people think that arrest only happens when handcuffs come into the picture.
He has a right, to be represented. You already.
Hello, welcome back to Law Unfiltered. Today we are going to dive into police arrest, police search, rights when it comes to you being arrested and all that. Because Christmas is around the corner, and I think there's going to be a lot of roadblocks, a lot of things unlucky things that's going to happen. So
Definitely.
yeah, so we're just gonna let you know now what you can do when you're being arrested anywhere, if you know what I mean.
And what you shouldn't do.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, we never do this alone. Today, we are doing it with our bestie here, Miguel Sakira. Can you say something?
Hi, everyone.
Okay, good enough. Okay, I think it's a norm that people think that when it comes to arrest, you have to need a warrant to arrest somebody. But that's actually not so quite true, because it really depends on the kind of offense that you allegedly have committed. Now, in Malaysia, we have two types of offenses: non-seizable and seizable. And I've actually talked about this before in my previous post. But okay, in gist, non-seizable offenses are offenses that's less severe. Maybe the punishment for imprisonment is lesser than 3 years or something like that. Usually in these cases, police would already have done investigation, because they need credible information to be given to the court when they are seeking for a warrant to arrest you or to search you, your house, or anything at all. And how do you determine if an offense is seizable and non-seizable is based on column 3 of the
I believe the third schedule.
yeah, correct. Yeah, in the Criminal Procedure Code. Now, Criminal Procedure Code is the parent act for all of criminal procedures. I mean, there's also other acts and so forth, but the most main one is the Criminal Procedure Code.
I believe when there are no other specific acts in relation to any criminal law, then CPC would take precedent.
Yeah. Yes. So now that we know what is a non-seizable offense, now we go to seizable offenses. Seizable offenses definitely are like more serious offenses, like drugs, kidnapping. All these are punishment above 7 years old. Seven
7 years, yeah.
7 years imprisonment.
7 years imprisonment,
Yeah,
yeah.
correct. So in these cases, actually, police don't really need a warrant to arrest you.
Correct.
Yeah. And in these cases, because warrant is not required, but there are certain guidelines for the police to actually conduct an arrest. For example, it has to satisfy several circumstances that can be found in Section 23 of the Civil Procedure Code.
Yeah, I mean, in the gist, what we are looking for under Section 23, what the police will have to comply with, is to show either there's reasonable complaint made against the person, there's credible information that has been received, or there's reasonable suspicion that an offense has been committed.
Yeah, correct. And so basically, it's not like the police can simply just arrest you. They need reasonable suspicion. How do they get reasonable suspicion? By someone making a report, someone giving you the police tips. So when somebody made a report, which is called the first information report,
Or we call it FIR.
yeah, FIR, then only the police can take investigation. See, this is why police should not stop people from lodging police reports simply because of outfit problems. Correct or not? Because it could be that we are trying to tell you, like, look, I think something is going on. Like, I need to report to you right now. Then you're telling me you need to go home first and change your outfit, and then only you can come back and make a report. By then, the offense that I want to report to you would already happened.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Yep, that's true.
So after the police has got reasonable suspicion and all that, then they can make the arrest. And really, like, suspicion is so
Weak.
Yeah.
I think the word you're looking for is weak.
yeah, it's like it's not really the fact that you really have committed a crime, but they suspect that you have committed such a serious offense and they need to arrest you to conduct more investigation.
I believe the famous saying by Lord Gambling, suspicion is in its ordinary meaning is a state of conjecture or surmise where proof is lacking. I suspect, but I cannot prove.
Yeah, correct.
I believe that's a perfect explanation of what
Correct.
reasonable suspicion would be.
Yeah. And I think it's important to take note that you are not being charged for anything at this point. It's just an arrest. They just want to carry out further investigation, right? And what counts as an arrest? I think that's also very important. Maybe people think that arrest only happens when handcuffs come into the picture, but that's not really quite true.
I believe section 15 of the CPC actually explains what arrest is. Talks about either a person actually touched the person or you confine the person's body, but also in situations where there is submission to custody by either words or action.
You're under arrest.
So it shows that it's not a situation where only you actually arrest them like what you said. You put handcuffs on them. But even by words, they submit to it. And I believe the case of Sambu and Rex explains further when a person is arrested. And it says it's a situation where a person is being watched or guarded to prevent his escape. So if a person tries to run away and you're going to catch him, that's when a person is arrested.
Yeah. And so really it's not really that much about handcuffs at this point, because really just when the police tell you like you're not allowed to go anywhere, then you are under arrest. Now, when one person is arrested for an alleged offense that has been committed, actually the police can do a body search on you.
Correct.
Yeah. And there are 4 types of body search actually.
Yep.
Right.
So you have your pat down searches, you got your strip searches, you got your intimate searches, and you got your intrusive searches.
So Miguel, what's intimate and intrusive search?
I will come to that.
Yeah, you can go to that now.
No, we start first. We start slow first.
Oh, okay.
So it starts off
what is that, foreplay?
So it starts off with your pat down search. So these are your basic searches, whereby you only just run your hand through the outer garments and just to see if they have any concealed weapons or anything. And then you come to your strip search, where maybe you remove 1 or 2 article clothes or completely naked, and then you search the person.
Ew.
Okay, and then you come to your intimate search. So intimate search is whereby you search the body orifices of a person. Celine, don't get too excited.
I'm okay.
Other than your mouth, nose, or ears. And then the last one is the intrusive search. This is a situation where, example, someone maybe swallowed a bag of drugs to
You
hide
mean put it in the asshole?
Either that or swallowed the drugs. Okay, we use your example, the asshole one. So then what you gotta do, you need a medical officer, someone medically qualified to actually remove the drugs of the contraband.
Yeah, correct.
So the purpose of these 4 types of searches is actually to find things like concealed weapons, contrabands, any objects or evidence.
Or maybe just to prevent them from disposing the evidence that might be related to the offense that they have committed.
Correct.
And not any officer can actually do such intimate and intrusive search. I think approval is needed from, I think it's from sergeant and above, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
I believe the inspector.
Inspector or sergeant. All this body search has an extensive procedure, and all these procedures can be found in the 4th schedule of the Criminal Procedure Code. If I'm going to go through one by one, it's like I'm reading the act itself. Yes, but several searches, like for example, intrusive and intimate, yes, you do need approval from a police ranked inspector and above, if I'm
I
not
believe
mistaken.
inspector, yeah.
Other than that, like if it's a pat down search and all that, you don't really need those approvals or even a medical officer qualified to be there actually. And of course, if you are a male suspect, male officer will be checking you.
Correct.
If it's female officer, that's how it goes. Now this is about body search. What about like documents or objects that the police wants to search from? It can be your house, it can be your car, anywhere really. It still depends on the warrant part, I think.
Basically, to help with investigation.
Yeah, yeah.
I believe section 116 of the CPC covers that, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Like in terms of
If it's items necessary
Yeah.
for investigation,
Yeah.
and you can show there's a reasonable belief that they might not produce it,
Yes.
then you can search for those items.
Yeah, correct. But also, like I said, sometimes warrant is required.
Yep.
Because you see, when the magistrate issues the warrant,
Yep.
right? The court takes cognizance the fact that a person's right to privacy will be invaded,
Correct.
definitely. Right, and then your right to property, which is a guaranteed right under the federal constitution, Article 13 actually.
Your right to enjoy your property.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, so in several situations, the court wants to see that there is credible information
Correct.
to
Yep.
actually issue the warrant to you. That's where I say sometimes non-seizable offense, the police would have already carried out investigations
Yep.
so that they can get that warrant. They can show to the court that look, this thing may be there in this property. I don't know if it is there or not, but I have credible information that it is there right now. If we delay, if we what is that? If I summon him to come and give me the document, he might not be giving it to me.
Yeah, correct.
So I need the warrant right now to get it. You know.
Yep.
And there's a case, this Chong Chen Jen case.
Yep.
See, this court here has.
I think you can use the name Muhammad Irwan Hafiz.
Yeah, okay,
Easier.
that's much better. Yeah, okay. The court has said that he has emphasized on the fact that the role of the magistrate to give out search warrant is quite a delicate one because of how
Correct.
person's rights to privacy can be evaded.
It's a balancing exercise. I
Yeah,
believe.
that's true.
Yeah.
Because I cannot be stopping the police to do an investigation
Yep.
because they want to do their job to prevent crimes from
Correct.
happening, right? But in the same time, you have to take into consideration
person, right? Yep.
but my privacy, and
Privacy
my
to
right.
enjoyment of the property.
Correct.
Agree? Yep.
Yeah, but sometimes there are situations where the police cannot wait for the warrant
Correct.
anymore,
Correct.
right?
I believe these are situations where there's grounds to believe that if I wait for the warrant and I go in to look for the item, it will be gone.
Yeah.
The person would dispose of the property. So I believe Section 62 of the CPC allows you
Yeah.
to enter a property to search without a warrant. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Mhm.
So, but only in very
Yep.
like if this is happening, an officer who is not below the rank of an inspector would
Yep.
be there, and then there must be reasonable grounds to believe that this thing would
Items like stolen items. stuff like that.
will be gone already
Yep.
by then. So
Yep.
then they cannot wait for the warrant
Yep.
anymore.
Yep.
But also, when the police wants to come and search your property or
Yep.
your anything, of course, you can ask like, "Oh, what is this about? Why do you want to search my property?"
Yep.
And all that.
Yep.
You're not stopped from that.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Yep. You can get the information, you can ask him for his badge number and anything, no?
Right.
Yep.
So now that we have covered arrest and search,
Yep.
now rights. We definitely have rights when it comes to this sort of situation.
Correct.
Right. Like
Basically, liberty of a person
yeah, correct. Under the
under Article 5.
yeah.
So you have basically under Article 5, you have a right to consult a lawyer as well as you have a right to be brought before a magistrate within 24 hours.
Correct. And when it comes to like also when it comes to arrest, like I think it's also a right, fundamental right in fact, to be informed of the grounds of the arrest.
The reason of the arrest.
Yeah, correct. This is like an actual fundamental right? I think. Do you remember the case? Like, so just for everyone's information, Miguel and I used to be colleagues together.
Yep.
Unfortunately, and
For
then
me.
for me,
Continue.
and then remember the case that I did where the police has ambushed my client's house.
Ah, yes.
And then,
I remember that.
Yeah, and we actually filed a claim against the police.
Yeah, a civil suit. Yeah.
Yeah, civil suit because for unlawful detention. It's actually reported. I will link it here. In this case, my client has claimed that he was not read his rights. He was not informed of the grounds of the arrest. He was arrested, and we won actually because of this ground itself.
Yep.
His rights were not read to him at the time. He was not told why the hell these police officers were in his house searching for what,
Yep.
arrested him for what. We have no idea. But the thing is, right, it's so hard to actually, don't you think so? To prove that
Yeah.
the police has actually not told you your
Yeah,
rights. It's
that's
like
true. Yeah.
your words against the police
Yeah,
words,
that's true.
right?
Unless the police by accident admits that they didn't read your rights.
Is it possible?
I mean, it's possible.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay. I don't think they are that
You never know.
careless.
Trust me, I've met some interesting police officers during
Oh,
cross-examination.
do tell. Like what?
I mean, sometimes they may slip up and say the wrong things, you know. The whole time they'll be sticking to one story, and then by the way you cross-examine them, they might admit to certain things.
Okay, I've not heard you tell me about this before. Like when?
Some time ago.
Oh yeah, like
But that's digressing from the subject matter.
well, I would be interested to know.
Let's do another special on that.
Yeah, okay, we shall. And then, like, for example, like contacting your lawyer. You know the case of Ui Apua,
Okay, yep.
right? Like one of a very, very senior
Yep.
lawyer has actually commented on this case in an article. Your right to consult a lawyer is an immediate right. The moment you are arrested, you get to you get that right. But when can you exercise it is a problem,
Okay, alright.
right?
Okay.
In this case, the judge actually said like you can get your right to get a lawyer,
Okay.
but it's only after some time,
Okay.
right?
But you would have to have a lawyer. Your lawyer should be informed before the remand. That
Exactly.
you are going to be remanded.
That is what this the senior lawyer counsel, his name is Gerald Gomez.
Okay.
I read his article. He really went on with it, like to the fact that look, I'm being arrested today. Okay.
Yep.
I want to call my lawyer to ask him about several things.
Correct.
For example, what are my rights?
Yep.
Not everybody know what's their rights.
Yep.
Like for example, who knows the fact that I have to be brought to the magistrate court within 24 hours
Yep.
after my arrest?
Correct.
Who would know that?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And the fact that I cannot get my lawyer to consult with, oh, look what's going on. I have no idea what's going on.
Yep.
Right? And this is like a huge breach of our fundamental rights when I cannot exercise it the moment I am being arrested.
Yep.
Yeah. Did you read that article that I sent to you? Just in case Gerard Gomez is watching this video, he will know you didn't read
Yeah,
it.
I didn't. I don't even think you sent me the article.
I did.
Okay, continuing.
Yeah. So, but what are your thoughts? Like you see, like, I mean, we've done so many criminal
Yep.
cases before. You
Yeah,
see.
I mean, I've had remand proceedings where I've dealt with very difficult officers who refused to update me on where they were bringing my client to be remanded. You know, sometimes they may arrest in one byline, but they might take him to a
Another
different court, a further away court. We won't know.
Yeah.
It's the police officer's duty to update the lawyers. As soon as you know a person illegally represented, the officer must update. You know, you must keep me updated. You know, oh, we are bringing him for remand. This court, what time I'll be there.
Yeah.
And I've had cases where an officer refused to answer my phone call, and in the court, you know, I actually told the judge about this officer, and the judge spent a good 15 minutes scolding the officer.
Really?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Oh.
He did, yeah. Saying, he has a right, to be represented. You already know there's a lawyer, but you don't want to answer his phone call. He WhatsApps you, you don't want to reply.
Yeah, basically, he just don't want to update you where the hell is he going to
and
be at.
something he should do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like in this case, right, this Ui Apua case, actually, our late Kapil Singh was the representative for the person arrested.
Okay.
And actually, the police refused to allow him to interview the client.
Okay. Oh.
But the judge at that time has already made his ruling and said that, look, you have the right to a representation, yes, but it is not exercisable immediately. That's where, like what you say, comes in, like, because you will be brought to remand proceedings within 24 hours. How am I supposed to know what's going on?
Correct.
And most of the people that we actually represented are people who are unfortunately not very educated.
Yeah, some of them,
Yeah, it's like nobody will know what's going on. Just being like,
I mean, even if you are educated, you're a professional, maybe a doctor or an engineer, you're not required, or you wouldn't come across such a situation where you would come across the knowledge of a remand. You have to be brought before a magistrate within 24 hours.
Yeah, exactly. Under the law itself, the police can only detain you for 24 hours to do investigation. After the 24 hours, they have to, they definitely would want to extend the time so that they can carry out further.
Yeah, so I believe what you're referring to is the remand proceedings. I believe under section 117 of the CPC, police officer can ask the magistrate to extend the remand proceeding past 24 hours. Of course, you have certain acts that give officers powers to detain longer than that period, or ask for remand longer than 14 days total, which is the maximum section 117 can allow. So basically, if the offence you committed has an imprisonment of less than 14 years, on your first application, you can get a maximum of 4 days, and your second application, a maximum of 3 days. But if it's an offence where the punishment is death or imprisonment of more than 14 years, I believe you can get 7 days on your first application, 7 days on your second application. So a total of 14 days. But as I said, there are certain acts that allow remand for a longer period.
Like the special preventives, now that like the indefinitely.
You have those acts,
unfortunately, that's also another thing that the author was talking about. Like your rights are actually not very much guaranteed.
Correct. Yep.
Because you remember last time we also did this case that our client was he was detained for I think almost 2 years.
You're talking about the LLPK, the drug offences.
Yeah.
So I mean I think it digresses from our topic, but I believe under the LLPK Act of Dangerous Drugs, whereby they suspect you of being a trafficker, without actually charging you, they can detain you up to 2 years. Of course, it starts off that there are stages. Okay, inspector and then his superior can authorize a detention of a slightly longer period. And then you need I believe it's a deputy minister to sign off on it for the 2 years.
And there are definitely like several elements that you have to satisfy before you can actually detain a person for that long under the LLPK. But what I'm trying to say is that, see, even though we have guaranteed rights as such under the federal constitution itself, in fact, this 24 hours detention is under Article 5 sub 4 of the Federal Constitution. But there are acts in Malaysia that actually derogates that particular rights that we have. You will not know what was the reason, what are the grounds, why are you being arrested under this act itself, why are you being detained. But you will be detained for the longest time you can ever think of. Like I remember my client was actually having like a breakdown when he called me. Like it was really unfortunate, but and that's where like several applications can be made to say that, look, this is unlawful, but that we will leave it for another day.
I believe another way that this remand can be taken out of control is what we call chain remand, or they call it a roadshow. So they will take a person, they will apply for remand at one court, and then when he's released, they will arrest him straight away, take him to another court. And then they will release him and take him to another court. I had one case, this lady was taken on a roadshow. I believe the first remand I did was in KL. And then when she was released, she was arrested again and brought to the Kuantan Magistrate Court. And then after that, she was brought to Muar Magistrate Court for remand. So they took her all around the country. So I mean, at least she had she could have a scenic route,
No, at least she had representation at that time. You know what I mean? But you see, there are certain factors that the court will consider when it comes to remand. It's not so easy, actually.
Correct.
Like remand proceedings starts with like this arrested person being brought to the magistrate itself. He must be there.
Correct.
And then the diary, investigation diaries must be submitted to the court.
Correct.
These diaries, right, are the very key factors for the court to decide whether they want to extend the remand or not. You cannot simply just want to remand this person.
Because the diary will show the status of the investigation. The whole purpose of remand is not to punish the person being remanded.
Correct.
It's actually to assist the police in their investigation. So if it's in remand, then the police can take the statement, ensure it doesn't run away. If they need to clarify certain things, to look for other witnesses, to look for certain items, we have to come back to him and ask him, look, where are these items and all. So that is the whole purpose of remand. And if a police officer's diary doesn't show any investigation was done, as I mentioned earlier, you can apply for remand 2 times. So let's just say the second time they want to extend it, and the diary shows no investigation was done. If that's my client, I would argue that, what's the purpose you are giving someone a longer remand when clearly the officer has failed to use the first remand you have given him?
In fact, in the first 24 hours itself, they should show already that they have done something, and actually they really, really need that extra time itself.
Correct.
Because you cannot be condemning somebody to detention without even knowing whether this person has actually committed an offense or not, right? And
another thing is, I believe remand is only for a potential person you're looking at charging, not for a witness. You can't just remand a person just because you want them to be a witness. It should be for someone you're potentially looking at charging.
That's true. And like I said,
there are actually several factors, like the case of Hassan Mansour.
That is the most
yes. So it tells you, it lists down all the factors.
So, but the thing is, like you said, these proceedings are here to actually safeguard our rights.
Correct.
So that we are not unlawfully detained for like an indefinite period. But then police officers are actually abusing these remand proceedings by bringing people to different districts and all that. But then the thing is that the different districts magistrate would actually not also know if this person has been detained or not. That is the flaw in this proceeding at the moment.
And that's why you need a legal representative who can inform the magistrate that
like Miguel. Correct or not?
I mean, I've done it a few times, and then then you tell off the officer, it's not right. And then you keep quiet and you let the magistrate continue to tell off the officer.
I like that, man, because sometimes when we tell the police, they just don't want to listen to us. You know what I mean? And then actually, right? Do you know about the recent KL Chow Kit Spa raid?
Tell me about it.
Recently.
Yes, I heard about it.
Actually, they tried to get a remand proceeding for several people. Failed.
I think it was IPD Dang Wangi, right?
Is it Dang Wangi?
I think so.
Already.
Yeah.
And the court rejected the remand proceedings because they asked like after 24 hours. But then the police is alleging that it was not past 24 hours. There was not much information about that. But so if you delay in trying to get a remand proceeding, then the court may potentially not dismiss that application itself and ask you to let that guy go.
Yep.
So, what do you think? Do you think we are actually really protected under the federal constitution?
I believe
On paper, it looks nice.
our basic rights are
Yeah,
enshrined in the federal constitution.
yeah,
I believe there are people who seek to abuse it by whatever loopholes they find. But then you have those people like lawyers who will stand up against those abuse. Whatever loopholes you find, there's also a way to cover it. You know.
like what?
Example, they try to do these road shows all around.
Yeah.
But I believe a magistrate who stands for justice would listen to a submission on these road shows. No. Example, I would tell magistrate, no, this is clearly a road show. There's no investigation that needs to be done. You know, whatever remand proceedings that are done, there are guidelines to it that's been mentioned. Like I mentioned the case of Hassan Mansur, and when the officer falls out of the guidelines, example, you're just detaining them for fun, you're not carrying on any investigation on the offence, then I believe there's some form of abuse there.
Yeah.
And that's where the court steps in and say, look, I think this is enough, you know, I'm not going to allow a remand.
Yeah.
You know, so there are guidelines to any abuse as well, you know, I believe.
And even like, let's just say now that there is unlawful detention, abuse of power, we have the rights to file a civil suit against police officers to claim for damages for the things that they have done, especially like exemplary or aggravated damages, to show that people with like a certain authority or power who has abused that part of it, that power, they are subject to paying for damages to the person that they have wronged.
Basically,
like,
to hold them accountable.
yeah, correct. Yeah. In other words, yes. So it's not really that we have no fallback. We do, but the fallback is after the bad things has happened to you. That's when the fallback comes. Like I said again just now, that we have filed a civil suit against police officers before.
I think you mentioned it 3 or 4 times.
It was my
Continue.
first trial.
Continue.
I was very proud that I won that time. We got 200,000
You told me about it 7 times.
from the government. Tax money. Anyways, I think that's all. Do you have anything you want to add?
No. Thank you for having me on
Yeah.
for the lovely Christmas edition. We don't have any.
Where's our Christmas
Yeah, we
decoration?
don't.
Anyways, thank you for coming. It's fun.
Yep.
You know, long time no see. Did you miss me?
Am I?
Can I don't answer any question. Anyways, thank you for watching our 4th episode, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.